What's your name?
Pollard.
All right.
Calling case number 240553801, the people of the state of Michigan versus Kevin Pollard. The defendant is charged with count 1, criminal sexual conduct, second degree, person under 13, defendant 17 years of age or older. This is the day and time set for my redetermination. Appearances, please.
Judge, good morning. Stevenson for the people, T71917.
Your Honor, right on behalf of Mr. Pollard, can I get a quick breakout room, 10 seconds, Judge?
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
Okay. What is the bond for your client? Is it $250?
Cash, that's correct.
Argument.
Judge, my client's 38 years of age. He's on Social Security disability, Judge. I don't see any criminal history for Mr. Pollard, Your Honor. He lives in the city, does have a child. Your Honor, this alleged incident occurred back in 2020. So it's some 4 years ago. Obviously, it's a serious case, obviously. But it's 4 years old, Judge. He has no priors. I'm asking respectfully for a reduction in bond. The bond is $250,000 cash. Judge, I know the court will impose a GPS tether. I already know that, Judge. My client, in fact, Judge, he has a tether already on. He has a tether already on. Let me be clear about that. There's a misdemeanor, and I apologize, Judge, if I said something wrong initially. There's a misdemeanor that he has the tether for, so it's a misdemeanor.
Okay.
Your Honor. And he does a lawn care service, so he does have some work that he does. But the court doesn't have to worry about tether. I'm just asking for a reduction in bond to either a high some type of 10% bond. I think $250,000, Judge, is excessive. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Prosecutor.
Judge, the defendant on the screen today in the top left, he's being charged with sexually assaulting a 7-year-old. The assault allegedly happened at his house in his bed. Your Honor, this is an individual who allegedly is self-proclaimed part of the tribe of Judah. This is also an individual that I actually had the opportunity to watch the arraignment regarding the defendant in this case, gave the magistrate such a hard time that multiple magistrates actually ended up having to handle the matter because he wouldn't give up his name or his identity. Now, being charged with this and now knowing what his past is like, I may refrain from giving a magistrate or a judge my name as well. Because, Judge, the situation that Mr. Reagan is talking about that the defendant's involved in right now, it has to do with selling and furnishing alcohol to minors, to a 12-year-old and 14-year-old. It actually originally began as a criminal sexual conduct first degree where the defendant allegedly was having sex with the 12-year-old. But, Your Honor, based on apparently the idea that somebody didn't appear at a hearing, it was reduced to the selling and furnishing of the alcohol. So he has an ongoing matter right now, Judge. He's on bond. We have this particular matter, allegedly, where this individual ended up touching a 7-year-old's vagina. We have corroboration to that, Judge. And, Your Honor, with all due respect, the way that the people see this defendant based on previously being charged, now being charged with another CSE first degree, we find him to be a predator. Not only that, Judge, we find him to be mentally unstable. He's currently on a case regarding minors, 12 and 14 years old, and just plain and simple, Judge, we find him to be a danger to the community. Therefore, Judge, we do feel as though a high cash bond is appropriate. We do feel as though the magistrate got it right here in terms of the $250,000 cash, not just to this particular complainant, but kids, all kids. This is one of those individuals where we feel as though he poses a danger to everybody.
Mr. Ray, final words, if any.
I like that. No.
I wasn't privy to watching the arraignment, Judge. But obviously this court is very knowledgeable, and I'm going to, obviously leave it to this court. I wasn't privy to watching the arraignment though, Judge, so I can't really speak on that.
See, where we I haven't heard their arguments of counsel. Where this gets a little dicey for concerning bond is that we have a situation where the defendant allegedly, I guess, an 18-year-old comes in town to visit with him for her birthday. She turned 18, so she comes to see the 37-year-old. Who she's been in a long-term relationship with for the last 3 years. So I guess he would have been 34, starting the relationship with the 15-year-old. Allegedly, she talks to a friend, and they come over, and the 7-year-old is over. The girl comes and finds the two of them in the bed, and then the mother contacts a person asking who is this Kevin guy, because her daughter says he touched her vagina. So, and then we have another case of furnishing alcohol to 12-year-olds, and whether there's sex there or not sex there, we have a pattern that's a little bit concerning. It's a lot of minors, a lot of alcohol, a lot of sex allegations, a lot of molestation allegations, a lot of flying people in who are kids and teenagers, and so We're real concerned about this. So the $250,000 bond is an unaffordable bond, and so the court does find that this defendant is a danger to all kids. He's just a danger. The court is going to disagree with the magistrate on this, and I know the magistrate or magistrates had some issues with this defendant, and they used the information that they had at this time to come up with the $250,000 bond. But the court does find that Mr. Pollard poses a great danger to the community, and a $250,000 bond is unaffordable, but it's not enough. It's not enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some to it to make sure he's incapacitated. But if he posts the bond, then that means we know that he'll appear for court. So the bond is going to be increased to $1 million, and that'll be $1 million cash. If he makes the $1 million, then he'll be placed under house arrest with GPS tethering. And Mr. Pollard is not to have any interactions with anyone under the age of 18, whether they're family, whether he knows them. He's not to be around anyone under the age of 18. If he is, that will violate this bond. Thank you.
So, Judge, the bond was $250,000 cash.
Yeah, and now it's $1 million cash. Now it's $1 million cash. Okay. It's $1 million now. It's $1 million now. Okay, because he's on Social Security disability now. I understand, but the court finds that Mr. Pollard, it may be some serial action that's going on right here, and I don't really know if he's like a serial rapist. I don't know if there are other children that he just lays in the bed with allegedly and touches, or there's other 12-year-olds, or if he's flying other 18-year-olds out to celebrate their birthday. I'm not sure. So what we have to do is we're going to err on the side of caution and make sure Mr. Pollard is not able, at least right now, to be able to engage or even be charged with engaging in these type of activities.
Yeah, no, Judge, I get it. I know it's rough when the allegations are from January of 2020, but the prosecutor doesn't charge until January 24. I mean, it's when it looks like it wasn't until October 14th of 2023 when the mother called asking who is this Kevin guy. So we just kind of got that information, and I'm not sure when the 12-year-old. I'm not sure when all the 12-year-old and the alcohol when that happened. So it's a lot, Mr. Reagan, and so the timeline may get a little bit jumbled. But it's a lot of kids, teenagers, alcohol, sex, molestation. It's kind of blending, and so we're here where we are. Yes, sir.
Right, thank you, Mr. Pollard. You can leave.
There's not even much I can say about this case, but the charges that this man is facing are very, very serious, and I can't believe in the first court hearing, he literally tried to use the sovereign citizen beneficiary defense to get out of these heinous charges that he is facing. I just hope that he's found guilty, because people like him do not deserve to be around children or any other adults for that matter. He just needs to be found guilty and get sentenced to 30 to 40 years in jail, because anyone that'll use a sovereign citizen defense, that means he doesn't even feel guilty for the things that they are alleging. So he just needs to be taken off the streets.